And a big heat has just hit the lineup with the last event winner, Tatiana Weston-Webb, who's now in 4th position on the Jeep leaderboard. Is up against Sage Erickson, who's coming off the back of a victory too at a QS event over in Europe. And Alessa Quizon, who is trying to fight her way out of 16th position into the top 10 to re-qualify for the championship tour for next season. Some movement out here at the moment. And it is the Hawaiian, the goofy footer, Tatiana, taking off and getting things started with a nice frontside carve, swinging that board right around a couple of times now. Just an absolute dynamo when it comes to competition. Already claiming a victory.
Huge win for her. And so you can see right there, she's got a ton of power. And we talked about it in the last heat, how all these women are taking their training off season and even just on off days. You know, it's becoming routine. They'll do a lot of cross training, and Tatiana is one of them. She is an absolute animal in the gym, and you know, it's paying off. You can see that power in that first turn. She put a lot of rail in the water, and she displaced a lot of spray, so you know, it's an explosive snap.
And making a big climb up the QS ranks. She's almost ensured a position, as we see Tatiana there finishing with a little backside reverse. There's some of that variation.
With enough speed to actually kick out in the whitewash, you know, shows that she got a decent amount of projection. Right here, she's going to fling the tail towards the beach and spin it around. So a bit of an old school move, but on a day like today, those matter because you know, you're not getting the luxury of having these huge ramps come at you and big power.
Quizon and Sage Erickson just tussling on the outside. Sage has a solid backhand approach, and she picks off a nice little left. This thing's going to stand up here. Sage, let's go with a couple of nice snaps. Solid combination. She really needed to complete that last turn to take that score to another level. It's going to just be average. So 27 minutes to go. We'll have a look at Sage's replay here, Ross. She was really trying to save it with that last move. Yeah,
she needed to as well. You know, she had one or two decent cutbacks, a little carve back. So she needed to put a little stamp of approval right there as a snap. So trying to set the pace, make sure she puts herself right in a money spot. Another little snap, and here's a section where she wants to, you know, really bring that score up by hitting the lip and maybe breaking the tail free. But
let's see what Alessa can do. Her first shot at a score. Decent turn to get started. Has a bit more speed for that second little karate kick to the lip. This wave stretching out nicely, and she just gets it wrong towards the end of that ride. It's not going to guarantee qualification, but you can certainly, if you get another result or two, you're in a fantastic spot. Well, here we go, Tatiana. She won't need a QS place to keep her spot on the championship tour. She's going to do it with that win at the US Open and surfing like that here in the first round at the Swatch Women's Pro.
Right here, here's the time she has to spend getting around. And now that she's out in front, you can see she's attacking the lip. Once, twice, both just a little late, but that's kind of her style of surfing again. She likes to kind of punch the most critical part of the wave.
Okay, well, there is the situation out there in the lineup at the moment. Tatiana, she's been the busiest competitor. And she's also carved out the two best scores of this heat so far. A 4.33 and a 6.5 has her on a heat score total of 10.83.
Whereas Sage and Alessa, they're battling the demons upstairs. They're the ones going, you know what, I don't have a score yet. Come on, where's the waves? You know, so you can start, you know, getting kind of edgy. And that's where you can beat yourself up. This is Tatiana's 6.5, again, attacking from behind. There's a bit of a drift right there, but just for a second, which was smart, Ronnie, because she had to get around to the third section, and again, from behind, so she's tagging the lip. Each one of those moves is a bit of a tag.
She's fought her way to some pretty big results, as we see Alessa trying to get herself back in this heat. That first turn, very strong, and the second, not too bad either. Just trying to get a big finish on this wave to get herself back in the heat. She's picked off a gem of a wall. Plenty of turns, plenty of water thrown, as we see Sage Erickson now on a right, just putting a little bit more commitment into her rail turns, chipping away at this one. That wave fades out, so it didn't quite run off the way Alessa's did.
Alessa flies down the line. She's got a lot of speed, but I like the I like that she got a lot of rail in the water on her second move. Nice little hack there from Sage. Again, throwing some spray. Just a bit of a mistimed snap on that third cutback, a bit of a two-stage cutback, but I think the judges will be impressed by that first major maneuver there. That was a nice rail turn. And this is what I'm guessing will be the best wave of the heat right there. Very nice kind of kick tail. Really leaning on that back foot. That's a second one there. And a third little snap. And then this is where she mixes it up just a little bit, climbing a lip right there and punching that fourth turn. So great flow for Alessa on that wave right there. And 3 waves ridden, so split peak and just there's the culprit of a bad score for Tatiana. Just a peaky wave, no wall there for her to work with.
Otherwise, it's going to take some superior consistency. But here we go, Alessa looking to drop a 4.1. Her last wave came through at a 6. Just a tad wobbly on that second turn, but recovering well as she moves through to the inside and gets a decent finish on the closeout.
On this occasion, she arcs out that turn, so she completes it. Watch the rotation all the way around. I like that. And she actually threw a little more spray. There she's back to that little snap. And she is trying to keep her speed up. That's why she's cutting those turns short. That allowed her to finish the wave, but I think the judges will really enjoy that first move. And that's basically from the simple fact that she's got the biggest score of this heat. She's got a 6.5. Mixing it up right there, I believe she just got a 4.3 for that nice little spin move. And she's been the most on attack in this heat. She's got the most waves ridden. So she's been really staying busy. We talked about her energy, Ronnie, how she's just on the go, Energizer Bunny. But again, that 6.5 has got her, in a pretty commanding spot. 6-point ride for this wave right here. Again, Alessa very quick on her feet. Another fast surfer, just like Tatiana. But I think the judges keeping her scores in check because she repeated that little snap. This wave I really liked. She arced that first turn out. Very powerful little snap right there. And then finished the wave off again. So Alessa, another good board under her feet. These Mayhems looking pretty spicy this morning. And she has the lead running.
But here we go, Tatiana with the pressure on, just over 2 minutes to go, trying to get herself back into the lead. Gets a little caught up on that first turn. That wave won't turn this heat. 2 minutes to go, and Sage Erickson, she's having a look at a pretty decent size set wave. Bit of a late takeoff, but a nice carve on that beautiful, clean, glassy wall. And just a short wave, but a couple of decent moves for Erickson. Alessa went the left, which has provided some of the bigger numbers in this heat.
We missed what happened with Alessa. She's trying to get rid of just a 5.3. Nice looking wall. So a good positive snap there to start. Another little check turn. That's kind of maybe what the judges haven't been liking from her, but I like the flow on that little floater right there. So again, this is going to be some homework for the judges because it's possible she got rid of that 5.3 on an effort right there. It's going to come down to that first turn from Sage. She had a similar wave prior, but it was smaller. It was a 5.1, Ronnie. Maybe that wave just a little better, so it's right there in that zone.
Well, here we go. There's just 50 seconds to go, and Tatiana taking off once again. And she lets go of a couple of decent snaps, floats. Doesn't quite get on top of the roof of that wave for a long period of time, but I think Alessa got rid of the 5.33. I just loved her flow on that wave. No hiccups. Let's see the replay of Tatiana's wave, though.
Well, 2 solid moves, first snap, but not a very convincing finish. And you can see even with her body language, she wanted to finish that wave off with more of a banging move. And just had to kind of finish with a lip climb. So I have a feeling it's between Sage and Alessa. And right now the judges, they may be even watching the scores back, see where the score, see where the scores have dropped so far in terms of the scale. I agree with you. I feel like Alessa's been the most aggressive and the speediest surfer in this heat. We'll see what the judges do.
So the heat is over. The competitors are making their way in. But the scores are still rolling through from the judging panel. 5 judges entering scores between 0 and 10 for each ride. The highest number entered and the lowest are dropped, and the 3 within, those 2, well, they're averaged out, and the average came through pretty nicely for the young Hawaiian. 5.83 on that last wave, and she does improve her heat score total. Still got a number coming through for Tatiana Weston-Webb.
Welcome back to the Swatch Women's Pro. Right at the end of that heat, Tatiana Weston-Webb got a final wave. It was just enough to take that top spot from fellow Hawaiian Alessa Quizon right at the buzzer.